The Renaissance spreads, reading on page 360 and 361. In the late 1400s, ideas from the Italian Renaissance began to move into Northern Europe. People from present-day France, England, Germany, and the Netherlands came to Italy to study or for business. They carried Renaissance ideas back to the countries where they lived. Two of these men were Erasmus, 1466 to 1536 from the Netherlands, and the Englishman Thomas More, 1478 to 1535. Interestingly, these men were friends as well as fellow humanists. In fact, Erasmus wrote his most famous book, making fun of greedy merchants and conceited leaders, while he was a guest at Thomas More's house. The most famous writer of the Northern Renaissance was an Englishman named William Shakespeare. Born in 1564, he was a great actor, a poet, and a playwright. Many considered Shakespeare to be the greatest playwright of all time. The plays of Shakespeare show a deep understanding of human thoughts and feelings. By the time he died in 1616, Shakespeare had written 37 plays and 154 poems. Art in the North. Painting also flourished in the north, especially in the Netherlands and Germany. The Flemish artist Jan van Eyck, 1395 to 1441, was one of the first to use the new technique of painting with oil on canvas. Van Eyck's oil paintings have a more natural glowing quality than the egg tempera on wood that other artists of the time were using. Other northern artists included the German Albert Dürer, 1471 to 1528, and Hans Holbein the Younger, 1497 to 1543. Dürer is known for his self-portraits and his study of nature. Holbein was a portrait artist. Both artists carved woodcuts that illustrated the first printed books. The Renaissance in Spain. Throughout the Renaissance, Spain enjoyed prosperity, but its art did not change that much. Still, Spain was home to one of the Renaissance great artists, a Greek painter named Domicitos Thermotelos, who lived from 1471 to 1614. Known as El Greco, or the Greek, the Catopolis was known for painting in flowing colors. Renaissance Spain was also home to one of the world's greatest writers, Miguel de Cervantes, who lived from 1547 to 1616. He wrote Don Quixote, a novel that made fun of old-fashioned nobles. Impact of the Renaissance. The Renaissance marks a turning point in the history of Europe. The growth of banking and trade spread luxury goods all over Europe and enabled merchants to gain vast fortunes. By studying ideas such as those of Machiavelli, kings began to turn their kingdoms into nations. In addition to artistic advances, there were scientific discoveries. The telescope and the microscope helped scientists to study the world around them. Other inventions, such as eyeglasses and portable clocks, made daily life easier. Gunpowder had been made since the Middle Ages. During the Renaissance, better techniques of metalworking made the first practical guns possible. Guns ended the age of knights because a common soldier with a gun was no longer at the mercy of a mounted knight. Most important was the impact of the Renaissance on thought. Human society and the matters of trade, government, and business were seen as important and worth of study. It was also during this time that Greensleeves and other songs about feelings became popular.